So you're thinking about making social media marketing a larger part of your marketing plan for your library in 2022. Let's talk about a few free or very, very low cost tools you could use that'll assist you in those efforts. The first thing I want to talk with you about is the state of social media marketing right now. And what I mean by that is what we're all battling. We're all in the same battle for the same eyeballs, the same ears, the same wallets, the same timestamps, for all of the same social media users. And the challenge for businesses and organizations is, how do we compete with companies who have massive budgets and hundreds of influencers running around talking about their brands when we're a small mom and pop shop or just a local library, or we don't have anything cool to talk about? I want to tell you right now that you libraries have a whole lot of cool things to talk about. You just might not recognize them off the top of your head. But that doesn't change the state of social media, which is video is important. And by important, I mean really important. And so if you're sitting here right now and you're watching this and you're like, yeah, but I'm an 80-year-old woman and I don't want to be on camera, or Billy Bob down the street doesn't want to come on and get on camera, or my employees tell me they don't want to create video, it's scary and intimidating and they don't like how they look. I don't know why all that required an accent, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Video is going to be super, super important this year. It's going to be super important moving into the future. It's going to be super important into all the social networks that are going to be coming in the future that'll replace things like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram. So you may as well just accept it. And when we're doing all these things online, or when we're doing all these things virtually or through avatars or through the metaverse, guess what? Video is going to be leading it all. So you may as well get comfortable with video now. I don't tell you that to be mean or to be, a hard ass or something, but it's just a fact. Video is where everything is headed. Video is where everything is. So you may as well just start getting comfortable with it. And if it makes you feel any better, I hate creating video content too. I don't particularly like creating video content. I know it's a lot of work and I know it's intimidating, and sometimes I don't like how I look either. But I realize it's necessary. And so if you want to attract younger members, you're going to have to get used to getting on the camera and just kind of accepting that sometimes I don't want to be there, but it's what I'm going to do. And guess what? People who don't care, don't care. And those that matter don't mind. So if your video quality isn't amazing, you don't need to feel bad, right? Just do another one, right? We can just keep creating more content, but you got to get used to being in front of the video camera. And the reason I bring that up first thing is because live streaming is such an important tool right now for all businesses and communities. And by that I mean being able to live stream onto Facebook or live stream onto TikTok or to Instagram or any of the other social networks. It doesn't require any special equipment any longer. You can do it as simply as with an iPhone and a pair of earpods, or you can do it fancy like I have with a camera with Wi-Fi built in and all this stuff. Whatever it is, you're going to need to get used to live streaming. Now, the next question is, what do I live stream about here at the library? Let's think about what are newsworthy things that are taking place at your library. I'm going to go ahead and assume you get new books probably every month. Well, there's an opportunity, right? Stack those books up and go ahead and talk about them via a live stream. Hey, this month we're going to talk about these 4 books that just came out, and here's why you should read them, or why you should put them on reserve or get on the wait list. It's a great excuse to live stream. What about special library members? Perhaps there's people in your community that are special library members that you don't even really think about as assets for your social media. So you might have a local community member who's already an author or an artist, or they just went and explored a town or city, or went to another country, or had this amazing event happen in their lives. Those are all interesting things, right? A library isn't just an old building with a bunch of dusty books. It's a place for the community. So what are things happening within your community that you could live stream about or from? What about reading children's books? Maybe there's a special children's book you want to read once a week, and you let parents know, hey, at 1 p.m. on Fridays, we read a children's book every single week, where we're going to discuss a children's book or do a children's activity virtually. And who are the members in your community as far as businesses or other places where people can join and have memberships that you could collaborate with? Here's what I mean by that. You probably are located in a town that has other small businesses. Probably you know some of those small businesses because they're actively supporting your community, they're supporting the schools or that type of thing. So just imagine if you went to your local corner store, for instance, and said, hey, we want to do a collab. We're trying to build up our social media marketing. Wondering if you might be willing to go on live stream sometime and talk about how you make these special sandwiches, or talk about how you started your business, or talk about, this resource that's here at the library that helped your business. I'm a living example of that. When I first started my company several years ago, I went to the library, and guess what the library helped me do? They helped me look up a list of prospects. They gave me a list of businesses in the town. They offered me businesses on business advice and books on business advice. They offered me all kinds of... The library was this amazing asset, and none of my friends had even thought about going there as a source for building their business because they thought of it as just a place for books. Luckily for me, I'm a bookworm, and so I spent some time in there and got to know these people, and then all of a sudden found this treasure trove of fantastic free advice that I could seek from these people. So look for those opportunities where you can collaborate with other businesses that might be interested in live streaming with you, right? You can build each other's community. A raising tide raises all ships, right? So we're not looking to compete with that local business, but what can we do with them, in alignment with them? The second thing we want to think about is who are the influencers in my town right now that are active on social media that I might be able to share a post with, or have them do a post on our behalf, or feature them in a video, or feature them in a post. If you're a small town, this might mean you're looking at your parents who are coming in every week with their kids, and she's active on TikTok because you've seen her videos and you think she's super funny, or he's active on Facebook and he has a business that he's posting about and that type of thing, or that she does little recipe books, or she does craft creations, or whatever it is. These people are potential people that you could collaborate with and create a community of nano influencers right there in your town to talk about new books. What do I mean by this, and what might that look like? It could be as simple as an Instagram story featuring Frank, who just came in to pick up Stephen King's new novel. Or it could be an Instagram story featuring Jill, who just stopped by to pick up this latest mystery book, or a new DVD to bring home with her, or the Kindle to take home with her. Whatever it is, there's probably people in your community right now. In fact, I would be willing to say that I guarantee there are people in your community right now that are creating content that people are watching from the community near your library, which means these are all potential members, or potential visitors, or potential supporters of your library. So look local. Look at those people who are coming in and out every day. Maybe even just put out a volunteer sheet. Hey, anybody want to volunteer to be an influencer? Join our community of creators. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Look for those opportunities to promote from within. And new people and people who have smaller circles on social media, guess what? They want to promote also. So you inviting them to collaborate with you on something helps them grow also, and they know that. The third tool I think you should look at is one that I know we're kind of don't want to talk about because it's not free, but that's paid advertising. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, everybody on earth offers a paid advertising option. Now I realize libraries have a next to nothing budget typically, but here's what you can do. With just $50 a month, let's say, that means you can boost or advertise 4 posts a month about new book drops or events coming up, or super targeted, right? Just make sure that you're targeting those geographically or by interest geographically, because you don't want to serve an ad to people who are 70 miles away who would never drive to your library. So you might want to just make sure that you zone these in to your zip code, especially if it's like a Facebook or an Instagram ad. But think about, what are the types of things that have the greatest return for me in my library? What are the things that I've proven in the past that are really worthwhile to talk about? Maybe I'll turn some of these things into ads. And I would argue advertising is something that you're going to have to do anyhow. And I realize, oh my God, that means asking for more money for the budget. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you have to ask for $100 a day. It could be, $500 a year to put towards social media ads. But it will help. It will definitely help. And it will help your organic reach also. Your organic reach is those people you reach without advertising, right? Those people who just naturally come across your posts. The fourth area of low-hanging fruit for libraries, I believe, is looking for opportunities to do giveaways or sweepstakes. Now, what I mean by this is you probably have local businesses in town that are supporting your library anyhow, and you probably have local business owners coming to your library. Instead of thinking of this as a multi-million-dollar giveaway, here's how I want you to think about giveaways for the library. I want you to think of 4. 4 is way easier to think of than one massive one or a dozen small ones. 4. What does 4 equal? 4 equals 1/4. Super easy, right? 4 equals me finding like 4 or 5 local businesses that are willing to give something to us so we can give it away in our sweepstakes, which could be as simple as a $25 gift card to the corner store around the corner from our library. And in return, what's that corner store get from us? Well, they're going to get constant promotion on our social media as we talk about this great sweepstakes we're doing with the Corsetti's Corner Store. Just think of 4. Think of 4. And it could be as easy as seasonal, right? It could be winter, spring, summer, fall. It could be as simple as that. Or it could align with special days of the year. Whatever it is, think of 4. And then think of 4 logical businesses that would donate towards that. And then what we want to do is then we want to look for other ways to grow this sweepstakes. So we're going to do a sweepstakes and give away this $25 gift card to local corner store and this beautiful quilt made by Grandma Moses around the corner. Here's how you enter. Comment below and tag 2 friends who you think would be interested too. Or perhaps we collaborate with someone, right? And we feature someone else, or we feature that business, and now we both promote it on our pages and grow those. Or maybe we take a step further and we advertise the post. Whatever it is, if we're looking to grow your social media following locally, we just want to make sure that the people we collaborate with for this sweepstakes or this giveaway are people who are, yeah, you guessed it, who are local. And the 5th and final tool I'm going to talk about are 3 simple tools that are either totally free or essentially basically free, and by that I mean less than $20 a month, that you could be using right now to make your life way easier. Number 1 is how I created the slides in this promotion. It's a program called Canva. If you're not using Canva yet, you're missing out. Canva, Canva.com, Canva. You can find a million training videos on YouTube about how to use Canva because it's like Photoshop for dummies. There's a free version and a paid version. You know, if you don't have any budget at all, the free version is great. If you have a budget, the paid version, which I think is $15 a month, comes with thousands of free stock images that you can use. It also comes with templates. Both the free and the paid version come with templates for image sizes. So you can size images correctly for Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or Twitter or whatever it is that you're creating content for. It'll create images the perfect size so they don't look crappy anymore when you share them online. It also makes your life super easy because they also have templates to add graphic design elements or B-roll video or music, all kinds of cool things. So do yourself a favor and check out canva.com. The second tool you're going to want to check out to make your life easier is called Hootsuite. Hootsuite is what's called a content management system. It means that you can go ahead and schedule posts out into the future so you don't have to try to remember to post Merry Christmas on December 25th. Because Hootsuite allows you to schedule way out into the future, which also makes your life easier because then you have the creative freedom to do these random live streams that might pop up a unique opportunity because you're not already like trying to focus on, oh man, I need to post to social media today and I got to get all these new books unpacked and I got all these ones put back and oh my gosh, now the pandemic's heating up again and so I got to do all this other craziness. No, Hootsuite allows you to schedule out into the future so you can set it and forget it and let it run and let it roll, and you can schedule, I schedule a couple weeks in advance. And it gives you that ability then to say, okay, look, we got all our posts scheduled for the month. So now let's focus on the 2 live streams we're going to do this month. How do we want to do these? Who do we want to partner with? It frees up time and creative space to be able to do those things. As content opportunities arrive, you're now creatively able to take advantage of them. The third hidden resource that every library likely has access to are local volunteers and local creators of all ages. I'm just going to assume that you have people who come into your library who are ranging from the ages of 0 to 107. Between those ages, every single one of them is likely creating content for social media marketing. And if they're younger, and by younger I mean under 40, they're probably creating video content. So what does that mean? That means if you were to put out a volunteer sign-up sheet for people who want to volunteer to create social media posts for the library, I bet you're going to get some offers. You might even get some high school kids who are looking for an internship that could be your interim social media director to give them some experience on how to do all of this. But don't turn your head on all these volunteers that might already be creating content for their own. Ask them if they're already creating content. And if they are, hey, would you be willing to do a post about this and tag us in your social media? Look for that low-hanging fruit. Right? With social media marketing, it's about being able to create a schedule that buys you the time so you can be creatively available to create the fresh content, the immediate content, the live streaming content that happens when something neat pops up while you're at your job, while you're at the library. And by using some of these tools, it gives you that ability to promote, to attract more visitors, to attract more members, and ultimately to grow your membership and get more people knowing about all the amazing things that a library has to offer. Because from what I can tell, most people don't know. The average person nowadays just doesn't know about all the amazing hidden resources lurking in that building on the corner that's been there for 400 years. And the only way they're going to find out if you don't have a budget is by social media. So get on the horn. You can do this. It's way easier than you think, and it can be a lot less expensive than you think. If you found this video helpful, I hope you'll like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or cohort who's also trying to grow their library through the proper and strategic use of social media marketing. I release videos every single week about using social media marketing to grow your business or cause. If you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'll do my best to answer you directly, and we'll catch you next week.